Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to play one of my favorite Billy Gibbons guitar solos of all time. This is from ZZ Top's I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide, and this is the outro solo. And what I really love about this solo is it just takes the song in a whole different direction. And of course Billy Gibbons' phrasing is just fantastic as usual. Now this one is featured on the album Degüello, which came out in 1979. Happens to be my favorite ZZ Top album. I highly recommend it if you don't already have a copy. Now, you may be wondering about this mini guitar that I'm holding, and I actually chose this guitar for this performance for good reason. You see, this is the Chiquita travel guitar, and Billy Gibbons was involved in its inception. See, in the late 70s, he went to guitar builder Mark Irwin and said he wanted a guitar built that was small enough to fit in the overhead bin on an airplane per the then current FAA rules. And out of that eventually came the Chiquita. Now, it doesn't end there. You see, in an interview with Guitar World, Billy Gibbons stated the following. The lead track was played on a custom-made, half-size, real short-scale guitar tuned to G. It was actually standard tuning, cranked up a minor third, which remained quite playable thanks to the guitar's short scale. So based on that statement and Billy's involvement with the Chiquita and the timing of when the Chiquita was released and this album was released, it's very fair to assume that he was talking about his original Chiquita being used on this song. Now I'm actually going to teach you this solo on a regular size, regular scale guitar in standard tuning, but I want to talk a little bit real briefly about the tuning that Billy used, because for those of you that have a short scale guitar and want to try it out, it's pretty simple. So every string is tuned up the equivalent of 3 frets. So the E strings are tuned up to G, the A string is tuned up to C, the D string is tuned up to F, etc. So when you play what looks like an E chord, it's actually now a G chord, right? So now I would not try tuning a regular size, regular scale length guitar up a minor third, right? 3 frets up. It's going to be too much tension on it. So really, I would only recommend going that approach if you have a short scale guitar and you've set it up appropriately like I have here. Now, the other thing I want to mention is that if you do have a short scale guitar and you're planning on doing that tuning up to a minor third, it's very easy to play this or to transpose it. You're just going to take everything that I teach you and move it down the equivalent of 3 frets. Okay? Pretty simple. All right, now the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to talk a little bit about the tone and the effects that were being used here, because I think that's important within the context of this solo. Then after that, we'll do the slow performance with the tabs, and then we'll break it down note by note. All right, let's get moving. Now there are 2 distinct guitar tones that are happening during this solo that Billy Gibbons is alternating back and forth between for most of it. And in both cases, it's a kind of a lighter gain tone. It's not a lot of distortion. It's not an all-out kind of heavy metal screaming tone. It's much more dynamic. So if Billy was to play softer, it's going to be a little quieter, have a little less dirt to it. Or if he picks hard, it's really going to drive the amp a little more, and it's going to be louder and have more distortion. Now in addition, of those 2 guitar tones that you hear, the first one that comes in, it has an octave effect on it. And if you're not familiar with that, basically it's a pedal that Billy used to reproduce the note being played 1 octave lower on top of the regular note. So for example, if you were to play the 7th fret of the G string, it's going to add in a note 1 octave lower, like 5th fret of A. So instead of sounding like, it's going to sound like. So let me play for you one of the licks from the solo with and without the octaver so you can see what that does. So you can see it adds a almost vocal-like quality to the lead lines. I absolutely love the way that sounds. And you know, the first time that I heard it, I actually thought that maybe Billy Gibbons was kind of scatting behind his lead line to create that sound. And then I realized, oh wait, no, that's definitely an octave pedal. And now you don't have to use one to play this solo, obviously, but I'm just calling that out in case you noticed the difference of the tones when he goes back and forth. And also for the rest of this lesson, I'm going to leave that octaver off. That way you can hear the guitar tone in a more pure manner. All right, now I'm going to play the entire solo for you again, slowly with the tabs on the screen. That way the more advanced players can get through this more quickly. Then after that, for everyone else, we'll break it down note by note. Let's go. Here's section 1 at normal and then slow speed. Let's break it up into 3 boxes, and in the first one we play. So you're going to play on the G string 8 hammer to 10, and then 8 again, quarter step up. And then 10 on D, add vibrato, pull off to 8. Let's play that first box a couple times, slowly. Then in the second box, we'll play. The slide there's intentional, we'll get there. So on the A string, we're going to play 8 hammer to 10, and then 8D, 8G. And then 10 on D, add vibrato, pull off to 8. Now you'll notice that when I'm pulling off from 10 to 8, I'm kind of muting it pretty quickly. All right, so keep that in mind as you're going through this solo. There's a lot of that going on. And then the string slide noise. Look, for those that know my lessons, they know I get very granular and I try to pick up every little nuance in the playing. If you listen closely, you'll hear the strings, Billy's fingers go up the strings. Let's play that second box a couple times, slowly. Then in the third box, we play. So we start on the low E string, the 3rd fret, and then on the A string, 1, 2, hammer to 3. Add vibrato. And then on the D string, we're going to play 1, 3. Let's play what we have so far in the third box, slowly. Then there's a little like string scratch on D, followed by 3rd fret, bend up a half a step. And then on the D string, 3-1, 3-1, 3rd of A. Let's play that 3rd box a couple times slowly. Now we're going to tie all 3 boxes together and play section 1 one more time slowly and then at normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 2. Here's section 2 at normal and then slow speed. We'll break it up into 3 boxes, and in the first one we play. So it's 10th fret of G, bend up a half a step, followed by 8 twice. Then on the D string we're going to play the 10th fret, palm muted, with vibrato, pull off to 8. All right, let's play that first box a couple times slowly. Then in the second box, we'll play. So you're going to slide up to the 12th fret of G and 11 of B together and add vibrato. And then palm muted, you're going to play 12 on G, quickly slide to 10, add vibrato. Okay. So far. And then 8 on B, 8 on G, bend up a quarter step. And then 10 of D, palm muted, vibrato. Let's play that second box a couple times slowly. So in the third box we play. So it's 8 on A, hammer to 10, 8 on D, and then you're going to play on the D string 10, pull off to 8, hammer to 10, pull off to 8. Okay, let's play that third box a couple times. Then in the fourth and final box we play. So we're doing a trill, which is basically hammering on and pulling off really quickly. We're on the D string, 8th fret, and we're hammering and pulling off to the 10th. And you do that 11 times. It's pretty simple. All right, let's tie all 4 boxes together and play section 2 one more time, slowly and then at normal speed. Okay, let's move on to section 3. Here's section 3 at normal and then slow speed. So we're going to break that up into 5 boxes, and in the first one we play. So you're going to start on the E string, 6, hammer to 8, add vibrato, and then 8 again with vibrato. And then on the E string, 8 twice, palm muted. So far. And then 6 hammer to 8 on the A string. Let's play that first box a couple times, slowly. Then in the second box, we'll play. So on the A string, we're going to play 8, 6, 8, bend up half a step. And then 8, 6, palm muted. And then 8, pull off to 6. So far in that second box. And then on the E string, 8, palm muted, add vibrato, pull off to 6. Let's play the second box a couple of times slowly. So in the third box, we play. So on the G string, you're going to do a pre-bend. You're going to bend up at the 10th fret, then hit the note, bring it down, pull off to 8. Then on the D string, you're going to hammer on to the 10th fret without picking it, palm muted. You can pick it if you want. Here's what we have so far, slowly. And then 10 of G, 8 G, quarter step up, 10, 8 D. Let's play that third box a couple times slowly. Then in the fourth box, we play. So it's 10, 8, 10 on G. And then 10 bend up. And then 10 quickly come down. So far, slowly. And then 8, G, 10 D. And then a little string scratch. Let's play that fourth box a couple times slowly. Then in the fifth and final box, we play. So it's 10 on the G string, bend up a full step, and then 10, 8. And then we'll play 10G, 8B, 10G, 8B. And then 8G, half step up. Let's play that fifth box a couple times slowly. Now we're going to tie all 5 boxes together and play section 3 one more time, slowly and then at normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 4. Here's section 4 at normal and then slow speed. Let's break it up into 3 boxes, and in the first one we play. So we start by doing a little rake across A and D until you hit 8 on G, and then 10 on G. Okay, so far. And then 10 on G, palm muted, vibrato. Okay, so far. And then 8, 10 on G, 10 on D, add vibrato, pull off to 8, palm muted. Let's play that first box a couple times slowly. Then in the second box we'll play. So we're doing some unison bending there. We've got 8th fret of B played with 10 of G, and you're bending up that G string about 3/4 of the way, not a full step up. Okay, you do that 3 times. Now if you wanted to go all the way up, so the notes match, it would be. But we're not going all the way up. We're going just a little bit flat, so it creates a little bit of that dissonance, right, between the 2 strings. And then after that, 10, 8G, 10D vibrato. Let's play that second box a couple times, slowly. Then in the third and final box, we play. So we start with 11 on B and 8 on high E, and then 8 high E, 8B, 8G. Don't let the notes blend together. Like, you want to kind of, like as if you're sweep picking, if you know that technique. So you're lifting your fingers off of the string after you play it. Right? And then 10 of G palm muted, 8 of G. 10 of D palm muted, vibrato, pull off to 8. Let's play that third box a couple times slowly. Now we're going to tie all 3 boxes together and play section 4 one more time slowly and then at normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 5. Here's section 5 at normal and then slow speed. Let's break it up into 3 boxes, and in the first one we play. So it's 11 on B, pull off to 8, and then 10 on G. Then pre-bend up at that 10th fret, a full step, and then bring it down. 8 on G, and then 10, 8 on G palm muted. Let's play what we have so far, slowly. And then 10G, 8B, 8G, 10D, 10, 8, 8, 10. And then 10 on G, 8G, 10D vibrato. Let's play that first box a couple of times slowly. Then in the second box we play. So on the B string it's 8, 11, 8, and then 8 on high E. And then 11 on B, bend up a full step, hold it for a little bit. So far, slowly. And then 8E, 11B, 8B. 11E, pull off to 8, 11B. 8E, and then 11B, bend up, hold it. Let's play what we have again, slowly, so far in that second box. And then on the B string, 11, 8, 11, and then 8 on G. And then 10 on G, bend up a full step. 8, 10. Let's tie everything together in that second box slowly a couple times. Then in the third and final box we play. So it's 10 on G, bend up a full step, and then 10, 8, 10. Then 8B, 8G, 10D. 10G, 8G. So far, slowly in that third box. Then 10 on D, palm muted, add vibrato, pull off to 8. And then 10D, and then string scratch G. Let's play that third box a couple times slowly. Now we're going to tie all three boxes together and play section 5 one more time slowly and then at normal speed. Okay, let's move on to section 6. Here's section 6 at normal and then slow speed. Let's break it up into 3 boxes, and in the first we play. So we're going to slide up to 12 of G and 11 of B, add vibrato. And then on G, 12th fret, quickly slide down to 10, pull off to 8. Okay. So far. Slowly. And then 10 of G palm muted followed by 8 of G palm muted, but the 8 is very faint in the mix. And then 8 of G quarter step up. And then palm muted 10 of B, 10 of G followed by 8 of G. So far, slowly. And then 10 of D palm muted vibrato, pull off to 8. Let's play that first box slowly a couple times. Then in that second box we play. It's a short one, I know, but we're throwing it in there just to kind of separate things out logically. So it's 10th fret of G, bend up a full step, but you're hitting the D string palm muted at the same time. Just adds a little percussiveness to it. And then 10, 8 G. Again, that second box. Then in the third box we play. So we start by playing 7 on D, hammer to 10. I love that within the context of this solo. It's that 6th note, which makes it kind of give it that Dorian feel. And then 8 on G, quarter step up twice. 10 on D, palm muted, vibrato, pull off to 8. Let's play what we have so far in that third box, slowly. And then 10 of D. And then palm muted, we're going to play 10A, 8D, 10, 9A. And then 8 on A, slide down to 6, hammer to 8, pull off to 6. 8 E, palm muted. So far in that third box, slowly. And then finally at the very end, and this is very faint in the mix, most people miss this, you're going to very lightly and palm muted play 6 on E, hammer to 8. It's very faint in there. Let's play that third box a couple times slowly. And Let's tie all 3 boxes together and play section 6 one more time, slowly and then at normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 7. Here's section 7 at normal and then slow speed. Let's break it up into 4 boxes, and in the first one we play. So we start by playing 3 on the E string palm muted, followed by 1 A. And then you're going to play 3 of the low E again. This time you're going to hammer onto it as opposed to picking it and have it palm muted. Okay? The reason I did it that way is because if you were to play it on that short scale guitar, you're actually going to be playing like you're pulling off from the 3rd fret to open E. So in order to play it this way, I thought it would sound better if you just hammer onto that 3rd note. And then you can pick it if you want. And then after that, we're going to play a trill on the 1st fret of the A string, palm muted, trilling onto the 3rd fret 4 times. Right? And then we'll play 3 on A, 1, 3 D, 3 on A palm muted, pull off to 1. Let's play that first box a couple times slowly. Then the second box we play. So we start with another trill there, palm muted, 1st fret of A and 3rd fret. Then palm muted, we do 1 of A and 3 of E, followed by 1 of A. And then we're going to hammer onto the 3rd fret of the E and the A strings. You're not picking the E string, but you're picking the A string, okay? So hammering onto both of those strings at the 3rd fret, but you're only picking, while you're doing that, you're picking the 3rd fret of A. I know it sounds funny, but again, I'm trying to replicate what we would have done on the short scale guitar in a different position. Let's play that second box a couple times slowly. Then in the 3rd box we play. So it's more trills. The first 2 are 1st fret of A with the 3rd fret of A. Again, all palm muted. Slight little pause between the 2. Then the second 2 trills, you're starting with the 3rd fret, also with A. Let's play that 3rd box a couple times slowly. Then in the 4th and final box we play. So we start with 3rd fret of A, followed by on the D string 1, 3, 3, 1. Then 3 on D slide to 5, and then 3, 5 G. Let's play what we have so far in that 4th box slowly. And then on the G string 3rd fret, and then 5, 4 on D. And then palm muted 3 on D, slide down to 1, quarter step up. And then 3rd of D. Let's play that fourth box a couple times slowly. Okay, let's tie all 4 boxes together and play section 7 one more time slowly and then at normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 8. Here's section 8 at normal and then slow speed. Let's break it up into 3 boxes, and in the first one we play. So we start by playing the 8th fret of the A string palm muted, but we're also catching the E string like as a scratch note, kind of palm muted with it to give it that percussive feel, right? And then add vibrato, and then 10 of vibrato again. Okay, so far. And then 8 on D, add vibrato, and then 10 of D. Let's play what we have so far in that first box. And then a little string scratch on the G string, followed by 8 quarter step up, and then 10 of G, 10 of B. Let's play that first box a couple times slowly. Then in the second box we'll play. So we start by playing 8th fret of the A string palm muted, slide to 10 vibrato, and then play 10 again. And then 8 on D, quarter step up, string scratch on G, 10 D, string scratch on G. Let's play what we have so far slowly in that second box. And then 8 on G, quarter step up, followed by string scratch on G. Let's play that second box a couple times slowly. Now that last little string scratch, you could replace that with 10 of G, and it would sound like this, which would fit within the last box. But when I listen closely, it really sounds like a string scratch, but either way you should be fine. Let's play that second box a couple times slowly. Then in the third and final box we play. So we start with the 10th fret of G string bend up a full step, hold it for a little bit, and then play 11 of B. And then while you've got that 10th fret note bent up, you're going to hit it and bring it down. But notice how I tab it as if you're bringing it down from 3/4 of the way up, because you're actually going to release the bend a tiny bit and then hit it and come down. So far in that third box. And then on the G string, 8-10. And then 10D, 8G, 10D vibrato. Let's play that third box a few times slowly. Let's tie all 3 boxes together and play section 8 one more time slowly and then at normal speed. let's move on to the final section, section 9. All right, here's section 9 at normal and then slow speed. Now, I almost didn't do this section because it's very faint in the mix. Most people never even hear it. In fact, when I first learned this solo many years ago, I didn't even pay attention to it because, again, it's really hard to hear. But as I was going back to relearn it, and I was turning it up really loud to hear the ending parts, I thought this part sounded so cool, I thought, I'm going to throw it in there because I think it's really fun. Now, for most of this, I'm using just my fingers to soften the approach. Occasionally, the pick will make its way into one of the G string notes, but for the most part, try to use your fingers to kind of soften it. So in the first box, we play. So we're going to slide up to 12 of G and 11 of B, add vibrato. That's a little bit fainter in the mix. In this section, whenever you do it's a little bit quieter. And then we're going to play 10 of G, 10 of E, 10 of G, 10 of B, 8 of G, 8 of B. Play that first box a couple times slowly. Then in the second box, we play. So very similar to what we just did, mixing it up a little bit. So we start with that movement where we slide up to 12 of G and 11 of B, add vibrato. And then 10 of G, 10 of B, 10 of G, 10 of E, 8 on G. Let's play the second box slowly a couple times. Then in the third and final box, we play. So we're going to slide up to 12 of G, 11 of B again, vibrato. Then 10 of G, 10 of E, 8G, 8B, 10D palm muted, 8 of high E vibrato. Let's play what we have so far in the third box slowly. And then 10G, 10E, and then 7 of GB slide to 8 GB. Now we're going to tie all three boxes together and play section 9 one more time, slowly and then at normal speed. Okay, let's wrap it up. That was my lesson on how to play the outro guitar solo from ZZ Top's I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide. If you found it helpful or informative, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And please hit that subscribe button if you want to catch more content like this in the future. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will attempt to answer them as time allows. Until next time, rock on.